Welcome to NAB 2018. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief of Rapid TV News, and I'm here with Steve Oetegenn, President of Verimatrix. Hi Steve.
Hi Joe, how are you?
It's April, but yet the year has been so fantastic in terms of the broadcast industry. Why do you think there's been such interest?
Well, I think the year's like a quarter of the way through, and it's flashed by with a lot of acquisitions, mergers, talks of acquisitions, mergers, that kind of thing. What I think we're seeing is the real shakeout and consolidation of the industry. People are definitely still watching more TV, more video, but they're watching on their terms, and the industry has been moving towards the consumer's terms as opposed to trying to impose their terms on the consumer.
Now, in that revolution and on their terms, people are naturally using the cloud like they would for IT. How do you see the cloud developing? And also, as a security company, how do you secure?
That's a great question, Joe, because traditionally, the last thing that anyone was going to do, any content owner or broadcaster, pay TV provider, was to move their security to the cloud. 10 years ago, when we tried to speak with people about it, we were the pioneers of software-only solutions, card-based, IP-based solutions, and it was, this is never going to move off our premises. And what we're seeing is a very gradual shift in the willingness to move solutions to the cloud, and for a number of reasons. One, economies of scale. Number two, and probably more important, is the ability to have a managed solution in real time that can monitor threats, eliminate threats as they start to appear on the solution in real time, and thus, provide the level of security that is being required of content owners for such things as UHD content, early release content, that kind of thing, which frankly has become a huge overhead for a pay TV operator.
Interesting you say that, because one of the things we've definitely seen is a shift away from just satellite only and the IP base. How has that changed in terms of security? Does that make the job easier or harder?
Well, security is never an easy job, right? And really it's our job to stay one step ahead of the bad guys. But when you consider two things, number one, the ability to make very, very good recordings of UHD pictures on a TV screen.
Which is almost a master.
Right, and rebroadcast those in real time, or the ability to, what's happening is pirates setting up their own websites that actually look like legitimate websites, and some of them are advertising driven, but it's pirated content. So the threat model has changed. It used to be people would buy cloned smart cards. Remember those things that used to go in the set-top boxes?
I'm old enough.
There you go, I'm old enough. Today, people subscribe to online services, so it becomes very, very important to be able to detect the source of piracy and shut it down in real time. So apart from encryption, which is a given, apart from so-called trusted execution environments, there's more and more requirement on forensic watermarking. And basically what the forensic watermarking does is, even if you're able to capture content from a TV screen, we can actually determine where the source of the video is coming from and literally shut that down in almost real time. And that becomes a very powerful tool for not only content owners, but also broadcasters, pay TV operators that really rely on the ability to monetize the content in order to produce more good content.
You mentioned all this about forensics. Now, look at something like analytics, not a traditional area for what a security company, but we're here at NAB, and you have these solutions. Tell me more about that. Okay,
so let's take the premise that Verimatrix resides on every video viewing device, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a PC, whether it's a TV screen through a set-top box, or indeed a connected TV. So that means that we're right at the heart of the viewing experience, right? We can monitor everything that's going on. The big difference, I think, is that we do it in a highly secure fashion because we're a security company, and our so-called client software is a very well-tested, trusted security environment to be able to gather that data. So you can do lots of things actually with that data. You can monitor emerging threats, right? As they start to occur, you can see behavior patterns that tell you this is not really normal. You know, this guy started the video 150 times within 3 minutes. There's a reason for that, right? That kind of thing. But it goes a lot further. You can also monitor the viewing habits of your subscribers and be able to determine, you know, which content is more popular, which channel lineup is less popular.
Business intelligence.
Business intelligence, that kind of thing. You can also monitor quality of service. And so if you can save one truck roll for a consumer that's having video problems because maybe it's their own home network, as people go more and more via home networking for their video experience, you're saving not only a lot of money, you're reducing the likelihood that those consumers would churn off your solution to a competing solution.
Does that just sum up how the industry's changed? That you just did security, now you're part of this overall mix about business intelligence, about analytics, because that's really what the clients that you deal with in pay TV,
right.
That's their needs have changed?
Their needs have definitely changed because it's a fiercely competitive environment. And so consequently, just having a pay TV service is not enough anymore. You have to have the best service, the best quality picture, the best content, and really create the so-called stickiness with your customers. And so we've seen that emerging, bearing in mind that our solution was built from the ground up for IP technology. And so as the world went OTT is really IP technology, right? And so virtually all of our close to 1,000 customers have an IP capability, meaning they have a return path to the head end that is able to really monitor and analyze and provide those analytics. So it's a natural progression.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.